Hey friends, so Faith it Summon after 6 months, or almost 6 months, whatever is accurate, refreshed today with a new set of heroes. And one thing that made me the happiest when I heard about the refresh happening and the hero list, which obviously was speculation till I actually see it, was this guy. Every player in the game can actually aim for this guy, and he is just amazing. Still remember the amount of emotions I had felt seeing him in the Soul Exchange, and I being so thrilled and happy to have a very higher base of players get him, and now he's available even more. So that's fantastic. He has this special armor that reinforces his defense from the beginning itself if he has been given the second level of limit breakers. Absolutely gorgeous hero in terms of the specials and the balance and the kind of options that he gives. Absolutely, cool dude to have. So I would urge anybody who's doing any of the Fated Summon pulls, don't have Loki, get him. I am working on the second one, so I should be able to have two Lokis. Seeing the list, I will talk about the list very quickly. But from the looking at the list, overall, I feel I might pick up the third Loki in case I reach the thing. I reach 100. I was holding 100 because there was really no room to pick up season 1 heroes which pop out once in a while. So I picked up Zeline that I did not have, and finally I have a green Dispeller. So I was glad to get her. Plus, she gives plus 10% mana to all the nature. So let me see how I'm able to do it. I like this particular part that she starts with this, though I know that I will rarely give her the first level of limit breakers. Forget the LB2s. I don't have any plans to spend on LB2s because I have today written something very straightforward, seeing the latest round of beta costumes for season 4 heroes, which is already out. The information is out in the forum. I am absolutely, I can use the word disgusted and disappointed with the costume designs that have been sent for testing. I will speak about myself. I don't even feel like testing one costume because they are just, there's no difference between the main hero and the costume. Just stats being changed here and there. For me, this is nothing short of a con job being pulled on players. But then, when I also think about it, that existing players are not going to pull the season 4 or season 3 heroes. It's a new fellow. So maybe there is a better version being given, or rather, a tweaked version being given to new players who are joining the game. So maybe there is a little slack I might cut for small giants. But still, I feel absolutely disappointed. Also, when I look at this particular chart of Fated Summon, the first row shouldn't be there. And if they want to put the first row, they should put at least the first costumes because now almost all of them have secondary costumes. They should at least put the first costume. Because I remember testing in beta secondary costume of all the 5 heroes. So give season 1 heroes with the at least the primary costume, which is fair. Giving those heroes up there, even though the Fated Summon is not aimed for pay to play players, basically it's meant for the free to play or the cheap to play who basically collect over the period of 6 months. That's why 164 days are given, because pay to play fellows have most of the heroes, and 164 days is too long for anything of value. So it's aimed for those players who don't pull actively, and this gives some kind of a value and aim at getting some good heroes. So they should skip some of the mediocre heroes. So I'll skip the first line. I'll move to the second line. Zimkitha, good hero. Uh, from, I'm going to remove this so you get an out. Obviously, the stats are very low, but she hits all, gives an attack up, and cleanses. So she's a good hero to have in a roster. I'm not having this conversation for pay to play fellows, so just skip it in case you're listening or enjoy the conversation. But for the players who are building their roster, she's good to have. She's the one that I have picked up, as I have said, Zelene. So I get the green debuffer. She again hits all, gives a minus attack, extra damage to ice, and 10% additional mana generation speed. So good hero. He is an old, again, since this row is about the hero of the month, so this obviously talks about which year this chap came as a hero of the month. And he is slow speed, but a good healer, and cleanses, and very powerful healer, especially in the rush environment. But heal over time's era is over, as I say. But the first portion of the special, which is 50%, whoever has 50% left, less health, comes up to that particular level of 50%. So that is useful. Going into this one, he is brilliant. Just brilliant. Very fast speed. 300 damage to target, but the key is target cannot cast any new status effects on enemies or allies for 3 turns. He is, and plus he gives 10% critical chance to all holies. He is relevant right now to stop special of quite a few heroes. So this is the one to be picked up. I already have one leveled, and I have, I think, maybe 1 or maybe 2 just saved from those days. Haven't had the chance to complete another copy. I mean, I have 1 copy at 370, but that's it. Very good. Maloshi is really useful, so pick him up in case you come. Grimble, I know many fellows fed him away or didn't use him or level him up till minions became crazy in the game, and then after that he has been brought in. There are new, more fancy minion killers that are available who do more things, but he's still useful. So for getting a minion killer into your roster, he's worth a pick. She is a repetition from the previous one, so I don't know why she has been repeated. That is really stupid. Outright stupid. And I can say that because maybe, but at the same time, I'm calling stupid from my perspective. Quite a few have not picked up, so maybe they have been given another chance to pick her up because she's a very good hero to have. So here I take my word stupid back and call it intelligent for the target audience in mind. Small Giants is not all silly. They are doing a lot of good things also. Okay, going into Adamos. Hits all, and he's a good green to have for the target audience of Fated Summons. And details are already there, so I won't go into that. She whacks all and has a 42% chance to hit additional up to 3 enemies. And each hit is allies get a small amount of mana. So, and plus she's a reviver because of the talent class. So that's that. This one, very high attack stats, but a glass cannon. Wax all, dodger, a good dodging at average speed to have. So again, she became relevant after her special was changed from just dodging to, add that 180% attack to all enemies. So hit all aspect changed. And plus she's a dodger over here also because of the talent class. So again, good. Weird hero, so I'm gonna let go. She is brilliant sniper, steals the minions. So there are such beefy minions of Arco that are very famous. I was annihilated once. It has happened once. Obviously had a terrible board, but Arco fired, and she kept on defense, whacking away Arco and those fellows who had multiple minions. And eventually she won because she was all the time having 3 minions by stealing from here and there. And her snipe would kill kill. So she steals the minion, which means that beefy um, addition vanishes, and then her 500% snipe is bad. So on offense, she can be really handy against Arco, who is current favorite of the meta. Really worth picking up. So Jeffion is fantastic. I have played with Heimdall very actively for almost 2 years, so I don't need to say I like it. Like this hero, he was if I remember, he was the first boosted health hero, and was literally a shocker for me that health could go beyond the maximum, and his revive is not as bad as people talk about it. So good pick for quite a few people. I've already said just pick him up. He should be your first pick. She is again an excellent hero. Her counterattack is good, her reduction of damage is good, and the speeding up of the mana of self and nearby is good, and plus she's a dodger. Brilliant. Beira still rocks. Of course, there are minion killers and there are minion punishers, but Beira's minions still are right up there. Very strong hero, and this Vanaheim realm really helps. She is brilliant use when on offense, and she still holds her ground on defense. So that's that. So that's my thought on this current Fated Summon. I'm very happy to see some really good options for quite a few players, because I would like to believe cheap to play and free to play players would pick up over 164 days anywhere between 2 to 3 or 4 heroes, max up to 5, and there are some 5 very good heroes that can serve the purpose. This one, this one, this one, this one, this. So there are quite a few heroes to pick up. So good luck and all the best. Thanks for watching. Cheers.